Hi everyone, it is Dani. Welcome to this update video. I do hope you're having a really great Tuesday. It is the 9th of June, and we've got a tropical wave interacting with a trough, which is an elongated area of low pressure. And we can see that there's quite a bit of action going on here this afternoon. So in the vicinity of Jamaica, and especially Cuba, there's lots of thunderstorms here. And even near the Cayman Islands, there is an increase in moisture. Now, with this tropical wave, this moisture is going to be drifting off to the west. So you find that areas, for example, in Jamaica, there is going to be a reduction in that chance of rainfall as we head into tomorrow and through the end of the week, because all of this moisture will be moving away from us. But there has been flooding in sections of the island, especially yesterday, and even the Meteorological Service had issued a flash flood watch for mostly southern parishes, which persists through tomorrow. So yes, that rain chance will gradually decrease. And over in the Pacific, there's Tropical Storm Christina. We see this huge blob here associated with it. We've also got the remnants of Boris, which are helping to increase that rainfall and flood risk for sections of Mexico. So those are the main systems in the vicinity of the Caribbean at this time. And going on to Christina here, so let's talk about it for a moment. So it is moving very slowly to the west-northwest at only 1 mile per hour, so it's almost stationary just offshore Nicaragua, and it has maximum sustained winds up to 40 miles per hour. This blue highlight is a tropical storm warning which remains in effect for the northwestern coast of Nicaragua, the Pacific coast of Honduras, and going towards El Salvador. So these areas may experience tropical storm conditions over the next day or two as Christina is going to be headed in. So landfall is expected in El Salvador early on Thursday. And once it makes landfall, it will quickly weaken and eventually become post-tropical likely later on the day. And the remnants of Christina may actually combine with that moisture currently being influenced in the central Caribbean. And we may see another area of low pressure attempt to get itself together in the southern Gulf of Mexico. That is depicted here on this graphic from the Euro. So this is the ensemble map, and pretty much these are different members of the Euro model with varying conditions. So the more members we see, the more of these L's which represent an area of low pressure, the higher or the greater the confidence is in something potentially attempting to develop an area of low pressure. So all of these right now are in association with Christina. So eventually the remnants of it may make their way up to the southern Gulf over the Bay of Campeche, and we may see another area of low pressure form. Nothing strong, nothing too defined, but I'm going to be keeping watch for that as well. And if something does attempt to actually get itself together over here, this is now the Atlantic Basin. So if we see a tropical storm developing, which I'd say the chance for that is quite low right now, but if that should happen, then we would have the first name on the list for the Atlantic season being used, provided nothing else is out there that acquires a name before that. So again, chances are pretty low for that. And as we look at the Euro model run, let's take a look at that here. So these different green shadings represent the moisture. And as we're going to be headed into the end of this week, go into Saturday on the 13th of June, we see quite a bit of a surge in moisture here. And if I should actually go back a little bit on this graphic, let's go back in time. So let's actually start this from today and just go out in time. So as we progress into tomorrow, we see all this moisture here associated with the tropical wave and moisture lingering off Central America associated with Christina. Eventually, we see a surge in moisture in the southern Gulf of Mexico. Again, nothing defined over there, but we could see a broad area of low pressure form. So that's what we have going on. The rain chance is going to be pretty heightened for Central America over the next couple of days. So please stay safe if you're being affected, especially with all that heavy rainfall, which will likely induce flooding. Now, as it relates to the rain forecast for the vicinity of the Caribbean, let's take a look at that. This graphic here from Euro is pretty colorful. So going towards Central America, we're seeing lots of these solid red shadings indicating that there may be rainfall amounts exceeding an inch over the next day. And with Christina just lingering just offshore and moving very slow, rain chances are going to be very high in this area, but that will primarily be offshore. And then for the Cayman Islands, much of Cuba over the next day, there will likely be additional periods of heavy rain. Also in sections of Jamaica, but the rain chance is gradually decreasing for the island, but some places may still get some heavy downpours, especially as we head to the afternoon hours. As for the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, much not expected. Could see a few thunderstorms in Hispaniola. Rain chance is not going to be high for Puerto Rico, and especially the Virgin Islands will be on the drier side. Going through the Saharan Antilles all the way down to Trinidad and Tobago, there's not going to be a very high chance of seeing any substantial rain, but the rain chance will be there for sure in sections of southern Trinidad. And then the ABC Islands will be on the drier and quieter side. Going to the northern part of South America, the Guyanas, things may also remain quite active down here. Nothing too out of the norm. So this is the surface chart showing our different atmospheric features. So again, we've got that tropical wave in the Western Caribbean here. Another is approaching the region, and we've got two others that are following behind it. So none of these has been watched for development. And especially as that moisture clears up in the central Caribbean over the coming days, we've got that dust, that Saharan dust, which is going to be lingering. So as we head into tomorrow, we can see these brown shadings indicating that dust mass. So there is some dust lingering around the Greater Antilles and Cayman Islands. And then another surge in that Saharan dust will be moving into the Caribbean. So the Lesser Antilles will be blanketed. So as we head into tomorrow, you'll notice that it's gradually getting more hazy. Eventually, as we head through Thursday, we see this massive dust moving in. And then go into Friday, it moves further to the west, blanketing areas like Hispaniola and also Puerto Rico. So we're going to see this a lot more over the coming weeks, guys. Of course, I'll be keeping you posted on that. And that's what we have going on. So just wanted to give you that update regarding the rainfall activity and also that potential flood threat, which is lingering, especially for Central America, guys. So please continue to stay as safe as you can. And that's pretty much it for now. I do hope you found this video to be informative. If you have any questions, though, you can feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll get to you when I can. And remember to always be weatherwise.